hard things easy is the educator. I agree with this statement by Ralph Waldo Emerson, but I'm inclined to think that if Emerson had come to Southern Virginia University, he might have changed these words to read something more like, the man who can make impossible things hard but possible is the Southern Virginia educator. I'm sure that everyone has sat in a class or received an assignment and thought the words, this is impossible. But that's what education is about. Overcoming the seemingly impossible. And that's what Southern Virginia is about. So using Emerson's original definition of education, what have we honestly learned? What was once hard that has become easy because of our time spent here at this institution? Hopefully, it has become easier to speak up for ourselves. We've had to do it in our classes, and whether that's something that came easily to us or something that we struggled with, it should now come naturally, and we should all have the capacity to stand up and say what we think and what we believe. Hopefully, it has also become a little easier to think, not to imply that we never thought before coming to this institution or that we are not capable of intelligent thought, but to really think on real issues, on hard issues. The ability to think critically and form educated opinions on the things that really matter should no longer seem like such a struggle to us. And perhaps it has hopefully become a little easier to serve. We hear over and over again that we are being taught to be leader servants, and the phrase life is service can be seen and heard all over this campus. Hopefully we have heard that message. Hopefully we have lived that message, and hopefully the idea of life as service no longer seems hard to us, but easy. Now, Southern Virginia University's 2008 graduation ceremony does not just recognize the accomplishments of those receiving diplomas. We may have the most visible achievement of the day, but by no means the only or even the greatest. There are many who would not have made it to this point had it not been for their parents, siblings, friends, teachers, children, and others. So support, whether physical or emotional, whether intentional or unknown, has been an integral part of the accomplishments we celebrate today. I believe that people who do the most for others are often those who are not aware of it. And for that, I want to say thank you. Insignificant words, but thank you. When the graduating class leaves here today, we are all heading for different things. Work, family, education, and more will pull us in different directions. There is a favorite quote of mine that I want to share by William Lloyd Garrison that I think epitomizes what I hope our attitudes will be as we leave here. He said, I have need to be all on fire, for I have mountains of ice about me to melt. There are going to be mountains in all of our futures that because of the education we received here, they need not be mountains of stone, but of ice. If we are able to maintain the fire within us and work our way through them, then we can overcome them. The knowledge, the experience, and the relationships that we have gained at this institution can all work to keep us on fire, as long as we do not stop the progression with the completion of this one accomplishment. Now, at every graduation I've ever attended, there's always been a graduation speaker who usually speaks a little too long, and who invariably at the end gives advice to the graduating class. I've always felt this out of place, giving advice to your peers, some of whom are probably much more experienced than we are. So instead, I'd like to leave you with a thought given by E.B. White, in which he expresses his view on life. This is a view that I want to adopt myself, and I'd encourage you to think about it as well. It reads, with some minor editing for the purpose of an SVU audience, I wake up every morning determined both to change the world and to have a heck of a good time. May we each find our own ways to change the world, and may we have a heck of a good time doing it. Thank you.
Before I begin, I'd like to take this opportunity to quickly express my gratitude